Welcome to Once Upon a Sunday Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Josh. With me, Viking Dave and Justin. You can find us on Twitter at Josh Kimball OUS, at Justin Bowerly, and at Viking David 18. More importantly, at the Fins Talk Sports Network on Twitter as well. Guys, what is going on?
What's up, Josh? How are you today?
Thank you so much for bringing the volume, the pump.
Yeah,
pumping
last week you were like, "Oh, guys, you were so quiet. Thanks for the introduction." So I figured I'd give you some oomph to start the show.
Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
I'm just glad I can breathe in this energy right now because
You're welcome.
the air quality in Indiana right now is not good from the Canadian wildfires.
Is that still going on?
It's still going on, man.
I didn't know about that or the bridge. Some bridge fell in some other state. I have no idea where. I don't watch the news.
Bridge fell?
Yeah,
I
apparently like an entire ecosystem is down over. I have no idea. I only pay attention to what happens here and in Tampa, and that's really weird for me to do, but it's just what it is, man. But hey, if you're a listener on the good old iTunes or Apple Podcasts or wherever, Spotify, please come to our YouTube page. Join the conversation every single Wednesday night. We're 120 subscribers away from 1,000. We want to hit that mark before the NFL season, if possible. I'm sure that's possible.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a giveaway. Once we get to 1,000, I will personally tell somebody congratulations.
All right. I like that giveaway. I was like, hold on. Stop right. This dude can't get nails, but he's giving stuff away. I don't know.
Don't worry about what I hang up in my house.
How's the status on that? Those jerseys?
They're still right here.
Barely.
When they go up, I don't know.
Do you need nails? Because I have.
Bring them next week.
I have
I don't know if this is strong enough.
I have this nail. Oh, hold on. I got fat
Those are
nails.
definitely not strong enough. I need some
fat
screws,
nails.
some big strong ones. That might work for one.
That might work. I got the fat ones. So
We'll
Probably need some of those anchor ones.
You know what I use? You know what I use? I use the grip it things you put.
We know you've talked about it before. I don't go to the store. I don't go to the store.
It's heavy.
No, it's not that heavy. It's small. I've seen it.
It's heavy.
It's not that heavy.
It's very heavy. It's
Calm down.
filled with gold championships.
I think the important thing to note is that Diggs, which is one of Dave's jerseys there, is probably going to retire before he actually gets us hung up.
Probably.
It might happen.
And Justin Jefferson might break the Bears all-time leading.
That'll happen like week 2 or something. Probably.
That's gonna happen week 1, probably, most likely.
Let's say so in like 3 months.
Anyway,
yeah.
We are. This is a more of an offbeat show. We're gonna be doing some would you rather's because those are fun to me, and I really enjoy having the conversation. Yes, Dave. Some of these are, easy, but let's just have some fun with it. All right, Dave. But first,
all I do is have fun. What are you talking about?
I have trivia. This one's difficult. I don't think anyone's gonna get this. And I thought it was very interesting. There are only 3 running backs last year had 10 rushing attempts and 3 targets coming from inside the 5-yard line. Who are these 3 versatile running backs?
10
rushing
attempts. Inside the
10 plus.
5?
10 plus, yes, inside the 5 and 3 plus targets. It's only 3. Only 3 running backs.
Saquon? Was Saquon one?
Saquon was not one of them.
Eckler has to be one.
Eckler is one of them. He had 10 carries and 4 targets. Don't ask me if he converted. I didn't look those up. There is one. I can't give these. I can't give you the hints.
Is CMC one?
No. CMC is not one of the players.
Jacobs? Maybe Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs was not one of the players. Think about targets, man.
I know he probably got the rushing attempts, but I know about the targets.
Yeah, a lot got the rushing attempts. That's pretty simple.
Dalvin Cook. Did he sneak in there?
Man, you guys are just
give us the conference.
This is hard. This is so random. Like I'm just naming like
I know.
The top players. I don't know who else.
You would never guess he's next. One's not on a football team right now, and
Fournette.
One might not. Fournette. Leonard Fournette had 11 carries, 3 targets, and one might not be on a football team soon, but might. And he's a dirtbag. And I don't care if he ever plays football again, but he's been playing.
Ray Rice.
Oh, I mean, I don't care if he plays football ever again. But this person's very similar. Still playing in the NFL weirdly, but very similar.
Oh, Mixon.
Joe Mixon, yes.
I know you hate Mixon. I know you hate Mixon.
16 carries, 3 targets. So those are the 3. This is a weird random stat. Like I don't know what to do with it. I just
There's
thought
nothing you can do with it. It's random.
what I was looking for was who gets all the targets at the goal line, because I thought I'd see McKinnon up there or someone of that. I knew I'd see Eckler, but I didn't expect to see Joe Mixon up there. Leonard Fournette I could see because Tom Brady likes to check it down. I get it. All right, moving on to the news. There's only 2 things. We had a wide receiver signed with New England for 3 years, $33 million. Devontae Parker is back. I guess it gives you something because they had nothing. They legitimately had nothing there.
Juju. Hello, Hunter
Juju.
Henry.
So
Can you please
No.
update
He
yourself,
forgets
please?
about Juju every week.
I
Every
don't
time.
no I don't forget about him. It's just I
He's
don't
just
care for
nobody.
someone that's going to give me 88
I mean,
catches for 732 yards.
That's
Like, I
pretty
don't-
freaking good. What are you talking about? That's a pretty
Okay.
good PPR player.
I'd rather have Jacoby Myers, who was there and who still wasn't like he had the similar
He's
numbers
not
and
there
wasn't,
no more.
but
He's
he
not
was
there no
there.
more.
He's going to be Jacoby Myers. That's what he's going to be.
That's good. Who?
That
Parker?
is good. No.
Juju?
Juju, yeah.
Then why
Which is good.
you love Jacoby Myers? Then why are you trash talking Juju?
He kind of faded away at the end, wasn't getting the targets. Like he's not one of these players who are going to win you a week. I love Jacoby
No.
Myers, but he's just going to be like there. He's just another guy to me. He went
I mean,
from
all these guys are just guys. Parker is
He-
too.
Parker could be a playmaker there and stretch the field. Now, do we hold on? Don't You're shaking your head. No. You're shaking
No.
your head. I get it. But
No.
what does this do for Mac Jones? What does this do for the overall offense? It has
He
to
was
help.
there last week. Nothing changes. Last year, I mean. Parker was
Okay.
in New England last year.
But he wasn't there going into the season, so we're all like, who's he going to throw it to? Because legitimately, you have Juju.
Wait, what are you talking
Gesicki.
about? Parker was there all year last year.
I'm talking about going into the season. He was not. He's now signed for 3 years, $33 million. We can be happy that he's
Oh, you
locked
mean
in
they
there
just
with the
re-signed him because
Yes.
and you're acting like that's different. Nothing
Yes.
changes, I don't
Okay,
think.
nothing changes. All right, I just want to make sure.
I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, he was there last year, so I don't see what would change with Mac Jones. Unless they sign like a Hopkins or something, I don't see much
That's-
changing.
Would this be something where Nuke goes, I do want to sign over there. They are getting some guys together. They might be doing something over there.
I mean, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. That's what Mac Jones needs is a big stud.
Mhm.
So we'll see.
Justin's biting his tongue over there. You're not a big Mac Jones guy.
No, I just think that team's trash. And
Yeah,
it's
I don't
gonna
think
be
they're that
trash
good
this
either.
year, so.
They are trash. But they'll-
They literally have no weapons. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson, who could be RB55 this year. I mean, they
he's
have
lucky.
nobody. So
well, I'm glad you brought that up because the second piece of news that you sent me actually is Pierre Strong could compliment Ramondre Stevenson as the lightning to his thunder. And I wrote, who gives a fuck? It's OTAs. You guys are idiots. Stop bringing up Pierre Strong.
Yeah, we're the idiots. Even though Bill Belichick literally always has some kind of rotation. We're
Yes.
the idiots. Okay.
Yes, and Laviska Shenault will be heavily utilized in that
No,
offense.
no
and,
one
and,
believes
and,
that. You know why?
And Terrace
'Cause
Marshall
Laviska
will
Shenault
be a
has never
huge
done
red zone
anything in his
threat.
life.
And Ronald
The
Jones is the
difference
running
is
back 2 in
every
Dallas.
single year, Belichick has rotation. That's the difference. That's consistent. You want to act like I don't care who Pierre Strong is. I already said it could be the 3rd guy, the 4th guy, the 8th guy, the guy you don't even know about yet. Some guy coming off the streets in week 3. That's what it could be. Nobody's gonna be hyping up Laviska Shenault. Stop. Just stop.
People are telling me Ronald Jones
Oh,
is the
dummies
running
are.
back 2 in
Yeah,
Dallas.
that was great.
What?
Ronald Jones, that people
Right.
thought he was good or something.
And they still do. To this day, they're telling me. Matter of fact, Monday nights, Beer and Sports Podcast, Josh Wingate, join us on over there on the Finstock Sports Network. He is telling me that there's a possibility he's a running back 2. How? How is he fooling people week in, year in, year out? Ronald Jones. He fooled me once. He fooled me one time. Never again.
He's a bum.
He
So I'm sorry for Dallas fans if he's the number 2. It sucks. Sucks for you.
does suck. So if we're going to go into the would you rathers, the thing that inspired this conversation was, it's the off season. We always think, would you like this side or that side, this team or this team? I know that we have a graphic in the background somewhere. There it is right there. So would you rather team 1, Josh Allen, Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, Travis Kelce, or team 2, Joe Burrow, Bijan, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, and George Kittle?
This looks easy to me.
Same.
It's easy
Same.
to me.
Same. So I'm going to let you go.
No, I'm gonna let Justin go.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna let me go first. You guys both
Yeah.
said it's easy, so no pressure on me, I guess. I'm gonna take the league winner Justin Jefferson in team 2 on this. I know Josh Allen can run. I know Travis Kelce is tied in 1 by a landslide, but everybody else on team 2 is just a straight out playmaker. If George Kittle can stay on the field, I think that's a solid team. It's a solid lineup right there to win you a championship.
Yeah, it's team B. It's team 2.
It's team 2. So Justin
easily
Jefferson,
team
AJ
2.
Brown, Kittle, Bijan, Joe Burrow.
I mean, really, the only thing that's even like debatable is, I mean, yeah, Josh Allen's a stud, but so is Burrow. Every other spot except for tight end is easily team 2. So I mean, I think this is easily team 2.
I'm picking team 2 as well, just so everyone knows. But here's the only thing I can say something's different. Whereas Travis Kelce could outscore Kittle by so much that it might change things.
It overhauls it, yeah.
I mean, the only way that
but
happens is if
Justin
Kittle gets
Jefferson
hurt,
is-
though, but yes,
I think Jefferson and Brown are going to outscore Adams and Wilson more than Kelce will outscore Kittle, though.
I agree with that as well. That's why I'm taking team 2 actually, because of the AJ Brown factor. The problem is with team 1, with the whole Nick Chubb thing, that's not a good comparison. He's a guy who's going to get you 1,600 rushing yards, but he's not going to catch the ball.
yeah,
and
we
his
should have
team
somebody
is-
else
right.
instead of Chubb, like Saquon or something would have been a good. If they would have like Saquon instead of Chubb, that would have been something I would have had to consider.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Jonathan Taylor, somebody like that.
So somebody who is because you're looking at what you're doing is okay. Quarterbacks are pretty much the same. Josh Allen, you give the edge. Adams and JJ, like same thing, kind of the same, but JJ gets the edge. AJ Brown and Garrett Wilson. AJ Brown just at this point in his career blows Garrett Wilson away. Now he could be Aaron
I think-
Rodgers' best friend.
Wilson
And
might
B-
be a super stud this year.
You're right.
We'll
He
see.
could be a super stud, but it's yet to be determined. Whereas Nick Chubb and Bijan, same thing for Bijan, but we know he's going to be a stud.
I mean, these
at
are two
worst-
great teams.
At
But
worst, though, Bijan is Nick Chubb. At worst, in my opinion.
yeah, I think so too.
So team 2 it is. Josh Wingate says wide receiver 1 has so much change at quarterback. I cannot trust him. Who's wide receiver 1? Who was that? Devontae Adams. Yeah, I agree with that as well. That's another I don't understand. Is Jimmy G going to get him the ball? Of course he is. But
Well,
how
when
efficient-
Jimmy G is actually playing, I mean, he's probably going to miss the first couple of weeks.
we all discount
possible.
the fact that Tom Brady is there and he will play football this year.
No, he
Bold take.
stop.
Why wouldn't he? Could he?
I mean,
I
I
don't
just
even know.
drafted him in a dispersal draft in the league because it has like 35 roster spots, and towards the end, I literally just was like, "Oh, there's Tom Brady. Why not? Hey, bring him back. Let's go." Not gonna quarterback. So
You had players joking about it already. A player, I think. I forgot who it was. Somebody was on a podcast joking about it. Like I think it was Max Crosby saying, "Yeah, Tom's up there. Who's to say he doesn't come down and play?" I mean, I
has
guess-
he officially bought in yet?
apparently, yeah. I don't pay attention to what Tom does. I'm glad he's out of my city. I'm glad I don't have to see this guy everywhere.
why are you such a Tom Brady hater, dude?
Not a hater. I just don't like
You
him.
are. You're literally a hater. Like you're glad the guy's gone out of the city. Like what did he do to you?
Get him out. Get him. First off, what did he do to me? What did he do to me? He thinks he made everyone think that he invented the boat parade when we damn know who the fuck did it first. And then this
Okay.
guy does it. He's all, "Ooh, Tampa's cool because they have boat parades." Bitch, they've been doing boat parades. Get on the bandwagon, you fucks.
Well, it
Sorry,
was first
Bobby.
time for football people, so football people didn't know.
Yeah.
I think I can hate Tom Brady the most out of all three of you. So,
I don't know
yeah,
about
that's
that, man.
probably true.
and
Probably
Josh,
true.
even if you're a Dolphins fan, you
No,
had
I
no
get-
yeah.
team while
You
Tom
guys
Brady
got-
was in New
But
England.
that's true. The Dolphins never really gave him a challenge. The Colts always had really. They could have probably won like 5
I
Super Bowls if it
believe-
wasn't for Brady.
Bobby,
Like that's
look-
the truth. So I get
Bobby
that.
can probably back me up on this, and I'm not sure. I think the Dolphins have the best winning record against Tom Brady.
They do.
Probably
That's not
do.
the point. That's
That-
not the point. The point is Brady probably single-handedly stopped 5 Colts championships, if maybe more. I don't even. Manny could have been Brady if it wasn't for Brady. Like they would have been the Super Bowl.
Peyton
every
Manning
other
could
year.
be the Tom Brady right now that everyone's
Yeah.
talking about. But
It's
I'm
100% true.
very happy the one Super Bowl that Indianapolis hosted, Tom Brady lost to the New York Giants. So
Yeah, we could all celebrate. That.
worked out.
We could all celebrate that. So we're gonna get into some more fun would you rather's. And thank you for backing me up on that, Bobby. They do own Tom Brady, in fact. These are some random would you rather's. If you guys can think of some on the fly, anyone in the chat, throw them out as well. Dave, Justin,
What's up?
this one is pretty easy, but I just want to talk about it. Would you rather stream tight ends weekly you cannot duplicate, as in you can't do them back to back? You have to stream a new tight end every week. The same rule applies with quarterbacks. You have to stream a new quarterback every week for the all one season. Which one would you rather do?
Tight end.
Why?
I mean, in my opinion, it's tight end easily because if you have to stream your tight end, that's probably because you didn't get one of the top 3 or 4 tight ends in the league, and at that point, all of them are almost scoring the same 5 to 10 points every week. Whereas quarterbacks, if you have to stream your quarterback every week, you probably didn't get even the top 20 quarterbacks in the league because everybody, even in just a standard PPR league, they're probably got a backup that's probably scoring 20 plus points on their bench. I would not want to stream a quarterback every week.
I think that's probably true. I was gonna say quarterback. Because you can always find a good quarterback on the waiver. I don't know what's so funny, but okay. I think I was gonna say quarterback because I think you can always find somebody to go to play. But I think you might be right because yeah, if I can, I don't know. I guess yeah, probably tight end. I guess I'd probably rather stream a tight end because he's right. They're all the same. If you're streaming somebody, like they're all the trash anyways.
If you don't get Kelsey, Andrews,
yeah, if you don't
maybe
get a top
Kittle and
5
Hawk,
guy, basically you're streaming anyways. And then
Yeah,
at least you have a
exactly.
good quarterback. But I guess you could say, what if I have Kelsey or one of the top guys and I'm streaming a quarterback? Then I'd be pretty good with that because I'll find somebody. I think, but there can be some shitty ones.
And remember, the thing is, you have to stream weekly. You can't go, oh, I found this guy and he's killing it now, so I can, like Lawrence last year. At the end of the year, people were picking up Lawrence and just using him.
I think that's an unfair question to ask because if you're streaming, you can still keep the guy you have. Like
Well,
I mean, at that point, but
at what point does streaming become? Oh, he's just on my roster.
found
He's
my
my
guy.
quarterback now.
Yeah.
well,
You know what
that's
I mean?
that's the thing. If you want to say that, then you say, well, quarterbacks are easy to find. Like I can get a guy super late off the
that's
waiver
why-
wire, and then he's probably
there's-
gonna maybe decent.
There's also less quarterbacks to choose from, whereas tight ends, I mean, it could be tight end 1 week. It could be tight end 3 on a team that's scoring all the points the next week. So
I'm picking quarterback. I'd rather stream quarterbacks. And here's why. There's nothing more infuriating than seeing a big fat 0 in your lineup. And if you're streaming tight ends, it's not always going to happen. They're going to get you 1.3. They're going to get you 2.2. That's so infuriating. Whereas if I can get a Goddard or someone of that nature in the draft and I don't have to worry about streaming, I'd rather stream the quarterback because I can find a quarterback weekly that's going to exploit. Look, we're in a world where we score 30 points a game. Everyone in the NFL is scoring points. And who touches the ball every single snap? The quarterback. The odds of him scoring 15 to 18 points are pretty good. The odds of your streaming tight end catching that touchdown, very not good. So that's why I would say, give me the points, give me the Goddard who's going to lock me in 15 points every week, and I'll take my chances on the quarterback.
Well, that's what I said originally. That's what kind of was my thing. I was like, yeah, I agree. But then, what if you're streaming Baker Mayfield? You're like, don't tell me that guy can't get you 8 points. And you're like, that's just as bad as a tight end give you 2. I mean, and your opponent has Josh Allen, who just got him 38 points. You're in a big hole. But I mean, I agree for the most part that I can find a QB that's probably going to have a good matchup that week that can give me, a touchdown and 250 yards and be serviceable. So overall, I agree. I see both sides though.
Yeah, I see both sides as well. How do I have so many sleeveless shirts? Well, Josh, I don't know. I got muscles. I don't know. No, it's Florida. We're hot. I mean, come on. Anyway, would you rather get blown out in a fantasy matchup by the 4:00 games, like in the middle of the 4:00 games? How about that? Or lose on Monday Night Football, but you still lose, so you lose regardless. And it doesn't have to be on the last play of Monday Night Football, which happened to me at least 800 times last season. It could be literally
everything bad
anytime.
always happens to you, right? Only bad things happen.
Dave, how many times? I wish we could save our text because how many times did I say, "Did you go, Josh? You lost on the last play." And I'm like, "Really? I was sleeping."
Listen, it happens. But
Every time last year? Okay, sure.
No, stop.
I would rather know within 7 hours of the weekend that I've lost. If I can go into Sunday Night Football knowing that I there's nothing I can do, I'd rather that because then at least I have a good night and a good Monday. Whereas if I have to hold it out until Monday thinking I'm about to win and then I lose a close one, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, if I'm gonna lose either way, I was good. Originally, when you guys were texting about this question, I was like, man, I'd rather at least I have something going on Monday night. Like I'd rather have something going on, have somebody before, which is true. But then I think about how I have way too many leagues, and I always have something going on Monday night. And I'm like, you know what? If I can get one league out of the way and it's a loss already, and I'm not worried about 4 different leagues now on Monday night, fuck it. I'll take the L and move on.
I mean, what if it's like a really good game, but you're playing against Travis Kelce and you're up by 30, and you're like, shit, I don't want them to throw to Travis Kelce, but like at the same
that
time
happens all the
for
time.
entertainment value, I want him to throw to Travis Kelce. I'd rather just know by the end of Sunday.
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
So, little heads up. I am numb to losing, especially in fantasy.
No, you're not.
Days. Yes,
No,
I
you're
am.
not.
Yes, I am.
Because all
Yes, I
you
am.
do is complain in our texts. If you were numb, you wouldn't complain.
Mute
All
this
you do
guy.
is
Mute. How
complain.
do you mute this guy?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I say the truth. Don't say you're numb to it.
I am numb to losing when it comes to the majority of my leagues. I'll say that.
You're so full of shit. You're so full of shit.
Dude, I'm in like
Do you know how
25
many times
leagues.
I'm gonna text from this guy at 1:48 p.m. on Sunday afternoon? The game's just started. He's had like one guy go, and his opponent's had like 7, and he's like, "I'm done already." And I'm like, "Dude, the game's just kicked off 30 minutes ago. What are you talking about?" And then he comes back and blows out the guy. I'm like, "I told you, I thought I was gonna lose." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" Oh my god, it was literally 1:38 when you texted me. Like, stop!
Okay.
Don't talk about
Proof for it never happened. Proof
Do you
for it
want me
never
to listen
happened.
to the text? I
First
promise you I can
screenshot.
find it.
So I would rather lose.
I'm
Monday
gonna
Night Football.
I'm gonna send this to Bobby right now. I'm gonna find
I would
one.
rather lose to Monday Night Football right now. I'll tell you, because, like I said, I'm numb to it and I want something to watch. But on the other hand, there's so many different apps and things to watch, entertain yourself. Underdog Fantasy, over-unders, right? We're not sponsored. But how often do we do that on Monday Night Football or Sunday night because we're bored and we want to watch the game? Stop, Dave. Stop looking at.
I just literally looked through my phone and it popped up from
That's
a
not
Monday
funny.
night. From a Monday night. No, it was Monday morning that you texted me. I can't believe why don't fuck me. I literally can't believe it.
I
I
didn't.
don't even know what happened, but it's hilarious.
Why don't you go to the T. Higgins one from the championship game when?
Oh, I
he
had
almost-
the best team and Higgins scored me 0. There's another one. Like, let's see what else I could do. Like, I could keep going, I'm sure, but I'm not gonna do it. Oh.
I can
Go
do
ahead.
yours too, Dave. I can do yours.
Oh,
Too.
I'm sure you can, but I'm not here saying that I'm not. That's all.
I'm
Go
still
ahead.
numb.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Would you rather have a top 3 pick or a bottom 3 pick in this year's draft coming up? Redraft.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is it third round reversal?
No, it's regular, casual, what everyone plays. And
It's
I
easy
don't.
to me.
It's easy to me this year too. This year in particular.
I think we talked about it last week. This is probably a draft where I'm fine taking 9 through 12 and getting 2 guys in the middle.
I agree
but
with that. I agree with that. Dave's gonna go the other way.
I would. We talked about this last week or the week before, and I think the lower picks are really, really good. But I think the top 2 or 3 guys are really, really strong. They're like almost surefire. Like, I mean, unless you get an injury, you're getting a superstar. And I mean, yeah, we talked about what if you get Jonathan Taylor and Garrett Wilson? Okay, yeah, what if you do? And that could be amazing. But what if Jonathan Taylor, and I can say it about anybody, I get it, but running backs we know get hurt a lot more. What if Wilson's not connecting with, Rodgers? There's a reason why those guys are going 10, 11, 12 and not 1, 2, 3. It doesn't mean they're bad players because maybe next year they're going to be the top 3 picks. But I want the top 2 or 3 picks because I think they're almost, they're basically, unless there's an injury, that they're going to be a superstar. You really have very little bust potential with those guys. And you get, the 2-3 turns. Man, that's really nice. Like you get the 24, 25 pick. I could pair up 2 guys with a, a Jefferson or a Chase or CMC or whoever I want at the top. I like that more. That's all. Even though I think the bottom 3 are really good. And I think the first round and a half is really good overall. I'd still probably take the top 3.
So let me get into this. We do drafts where we do something and we have an order and we pick our spots. So in one of our leagues, we're playing poker for our draft and we're going to probably pick our spots after the, first place gets the first spot. Every year in this league, people think they're cute. and they go, I want pick 12. Or I
No,
want
they
this, I
don't.
want
But they don't
Hold
do
on,
that when they
Dave.
have the top 3 choices. Those
Dave.
guys don't.
Dave.
Except
2
for
years-
you.
I'm the no. I'm not the one getting cute. In Royal Flush, I always say, I'm not getting cute. I'm going 1 because I want to make sure I get my guy. No matter what, you can't get my guy because I'm going 1. That's happened to me in Royal Flush at least 2 out of the last 3 years. People
That happened
bypass
a couple years ago when you took CMC. So
Exactly.
yes.
And it happened again before, either a year before that or a year after. Either way, I usually go with I want 1 because you're not taking my player. This year's a little different though because my player is actually getting drafted lower. So I'm like, okay, I still want this player. I don't have to be 1. So ADP is kind of a big deal in this, and knowing your draft, knowing who's in your league. For example, if I want Justin Jefferson, I better make sure I get 1 if I'm in Dave's league. I better make sure I'm 1 because if I'm not 1, I'm not getting him. So knowing who's in your draft and figuring out when you're picking your draft order, going, man, like I really don't want JJ, I don't want Chase, I really want CMC, so I better get in that 3-4 range. That's kind of the way I think. So I would take the bottom 3 because I kind of want Bijan this year. I think
I knew
Bijan's
Bijan was your guy. I knew
I
that.
mean, everyone knows that. I mean, I haven't been quiet about
Bijan
it.
in the league. I think you're gonna have like a 6, 7, 8 pick. You're not gonna get him at 10 or 12.
But I have
You're gonna have to have a middle of the pack.
See,
pick.
here's the thing: is top 3. I have a better chance to get him top 3 than the bottom 3. That's true. But I can hope he falls. And sitting there watching as you're going to take Jefferson, Chase, all these receivers are going to go. So I'm in all drafts. I'm hoping, man, I hope people follow the trend and let Bijan fall to me at like either,
But isn't his
9, 10,
ADP
11.
like 7 or 8?
No, it's 10 right now. I'm looking at, I'll read you the ADP because things have changed. Jefferson 1, Chase 2, CMC 3, Tyreek 4, Cooper Kupp 5, Kelsey 6, Diggs 7, Eckler 8, AJ Brown 9, Bijan 10, CD 11, Amon-Ra 12.
Wait, who is it? 9?
9 is AJ Brown. Things have
Okay.
changed, but not too much.
10 is Bijan.
Yep.
Who's 11, 12?
CD and Amon-Ra.
No way. He's going in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
What?
He jumped Garrett Wilson.
That's insane.
So
I mean, he's really good, but holy.
But things are going to continue to change. So I can definitely see where Bijan can go up.
I think he's going to finish by the time our drafts are in 2 months. He'll be top, I think, 6.
I say 5. I'm saying 5. I think he goes 5.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I think he's definitely like a top 6 pick by the time our drafts are coming around. I think it's going to be CMC Chase, JJ are top 3. Cooper Kupp and who was 4? Who am I missing? There's somebody else. Tyreek. So between those 5 and Bijan, I think Bijan will be the number 2 drafted running back in most leagues by the time our drafts go. With those other 4 receivers, I think those are the top 6 come draft time. Ish. Obviously things change, but one draft he'll go 8, one draft he'll go 4. Somebody will take him, But I think he's the top 6 pick by the time the draft starts. So I think if you want him, you better not be taking 10.
Do you find it crazy in like redraft leagues that Bijan, somebody that's not even carried the ball once in the NFL, is going top 5?
No, Zeke did it. Brees was going up there.
The superstar guys get it. And again, I remember because I think it was you in one of our chats. I don't know, maybe it was on Twitter or something. You were, I think it was on Twitter. You were like, man, I wish Bijan got was at a better spot. And I'm like, no, Bijan is in the best spot. He's in a great spot for fantasy because Tyler Algier isn't even a good player.
Oh yeah,
and he was good.
Yeah.
Like, yes, and I was like, no, dude, like I'm excited about this. They want to run the ball. He can catch. Like he does all of that. He's gonna be a beast. And the top superstar running backs when they come in, they're drafted that high. They usually do. So I'm excited for him. I think I want to get him in the league. So far, two leagues I know my draft order on 1 and 2, so I can't be mad about that. But if I can't get a top 2 or 3 pick, I would really like to get a 5 or 6 right in the middle and really try to get Bijan because I do think he's gonna be awesome. Luckily, I got him in like 4 dynasties, so I'm okay with that too.
Josh had a question in the comments. What current NFL player is Bijan most similar to?
I heard this was before the draft. Someone compared him to Edgerrin James. Now I'm not gonna say I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess he's big, he's fast, he's strong. Saquon, a younger Saquon, maybe, kind of. Saquon was a beast.
Edge had an MVP vote his rookie season.
Dude, Edge was a monster, and I heard.
I know Josh Wingate loves Edge too. So
I bought his shoes.
Edge is a beast.
I had Edgerrin James shoes. What NFL player shoes do you buy? I bought his shoes. I love Edge. We all
I
love
don't know.
Edge.
Edge
But
is
Edgerrin
fantastic.
James was awesome.
I wish he would have got a ring, but he never got a ring. So
He was awesome.
All right, so we're gonna go to some players. Would you rather? And these are gonna be a little quicker, as we are going against the clock here. So sophomore players, as in which player would you have in these rounds? For sophomore players, Drake London or Kenneth Walker. Justin, how say you?
No,
I'm
my
gonna go.
answer.
I'm gonna go Drake this time. I like Kenneth Walker. I got him in several leagues. I still tried to get him in several leagues, but I'm worried that Geno might take a step back compared to what he was last year. And by worried, I think he probably will take a step back from QB5. I think is how he finished, QB5 or 6. And then also, I mean, they just got Charbonnet, so that's gonna take some of his carries away as well. But Drake is the only wide receiver in
I mean,
Atlanta next to Pitts. I mean, and if they got Bijan and Tyler Algier going, it's going to open up the passing game a little bit more.
Dave?
I would take Walker. I don't completely trust the passing game in Atlanta. It's so inconsistent. I think London's a pretty good player, and he had a pretty decent ending to last season, if I remember correctly. But Walker's really good. Yeah, Charbonnet's going to take some and I think Geno definitely is going to take a step back. I don't think anybody expects that again. I just think that Walker, and I don't know what their ADPs are, but I think where the ADPs are at. It's just hard for me to trust Ritter. It's hard for me to trust the passing game when they proved last year they didn't want to pass it. Now, if Bijan is as good as advertised, it could just be him and that's all. I don't know, but out of those two, I'd take Walker.
I do roster Walker. I don't roster London at all.
I don't have Walker in any leagues. I actually don't have any of the guys, I don't think. And I'm not the biggest Walker fan at all. Me and Josh have been in chats before. I think he's a good player. I have a hard time trusting Atlanta, man.
So
For
Drake London's going 43 overall, wide receiver 23. Walker is going
probably like
Kenneth Walker 55 overall, running back 17.
Oh, I'd take that later for sure.
I'm taking Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
If you're not baking Price into, baking Price into it. I'm still taking Walker for the reasons you guys said. Drake London, a team. Listen, people don't change, schemes don't change, things don't change. If they want to throw the ball 20 times a game, they're going to throw the ball 20 times a game. Are they going to? Does that mean 5 targets a piece all around? Okay, I don't want that. Kenneth Walker could possibly get 5 targets in the game. You know what I mean? So give me Kenneth Walker. Yes, Charbonnet's there. Does he scare me? A little bit. Scares me a little bit. But this is the same team, same regime, same everything that drafted Rashad Penny in the first round. And they stuck with Chris Carson.
But Penny got hurt.
Penny got hurt a lot, but they still stuck. Who had the ball week 1 every single time? Game 1, week 1. It was Chris Carson. Every single time.
I'm with you. I'm just saying,
this team's loyal. But this team's loyal, and if Kenneth Walker is their guy and Charbonnet doesn't impress, they're going to stick with Ken Walker because he proved it last year. He's very good at football. So I'm taking Kenneth Walker. Next one, Breece Hall, or same team, Garrett Wilson.
Dude, you can't do this to me.
I have to.
I love both these guys.
Would you rather have Breece Hall or Garrett Wilson? We saw Garrett Wilson go wide receiver or 13th overall. So where's Breece going? Coming off that injury, he's going 31st overall.
So that's mid-third, right?
Mm-hmm.
12, 24, yeah. And then Garrett Wilson's going obviously into the first, early second. I mean, even without ADP, I want Wilson. I love Will Wilson. I think he's in for a really big year. And if I'm at the end of the first round, I'm really trying to get him on that turn, one of those 2 picks. And I love Breece Hall. I want Breece Hall every league I can get him in also. But I really think Wilson, I hate telling people this, but especially Josh, he's in all my leagues. I want Wilson. I think he could be a top 5 receiver this time next year. I believe that 100%.
Did all last year, everything, I've been the biggest Garrett. You can't get anything by me on Garrett Wilson. So don't act like I didn't know this.
No, I'm not saying you didn't know. I
was the only one telling people draft Garrett Wilson 101.
Listen to me.
You shut the.
I'm not talking about how much you like. I know that you like him. I don't like you knowing how much I like certain people, and he's one of the guys that I really, really like. And that means that when we're in drafts together, it's like, Dano Day's gonna take him out, get him now. So yes, he's one of the guys I really, really like.
Oh.
He could be a superstar this year, I think.
So you can know things about me because you knew I was telling you, yes, Garrett Wilson's the guy. He's my 101 if I have the 101. All this stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
he's
okay
great.
for me to. I share things with you. You don't. This is
I
a
didn't
two-way
say it.
street, Dave.
I'm telling you
This is a
right
two-way
now.
street.
If you want me to, I can just shut down. I can shut it down right now.
Justin, you didn't answer the question yet.
I'm taking Garrett Wilson. Also, I mean, Brees Hall is going to be good. I get it, but I'm hoping that Aaron Rodgers has a new best friend in Garrett Wilson, and that becomes the new Devontae Adams for the Jets.
Yep.
I love it. I got 4 more to go. These are not sophomore players anymore. This is all same team.
What about you? You didn't tell us who you wanted.
Garrett Wilson.
It's
I'm not.
easy.
I would take him
I
over
feel like
Brees
that, I
last
feel like
year.
you should have done a better job of picking a guy for that. But go ahead.
I think that I've been busy. So anyway, Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, same team, different quarterback this year. That's why I bring it up. Because in the
This is
past,
close.
I would always go Evans in the past. This one's gonna be close.
I want Godwin by a hair. That's all I can say. That's all I can. I don't know. We don't have any history of Baker sucks. Trask sucks. Only reason I'm saying that is because I think Godwin will be the short guy. He's in the slot a lot. He hopefully will catch a lot of balls. Although I could also say, Mike Evans could be the guy they just throw the ball up to, and he catches all those balls too. So I'd just rather have the short targets because I think that Godwin will get a lot of those. Even though Mike Evans gets it every year, he gets 1,000 yards every year. So I mean, he'll probably find a way to get there again. But I would probably go Godwin.
I am looking up just a quick thing.
You look
Oh,
up. I'll answer.
okay. No, he played 15 games. I had to see how many games Godwin actually played last year, and he played 15 games, which is respectable. I'm gonna take Evans here just because if anybody has seen the video of Trask and Baker Mayfield throwing it to the wide receivers this year, everybody has. They're probably going to be overthrowing them a lot. Godwin is fast, but Evans is taller and is more of a end zone target. So I'm gonna have to go Evans. I like them both 3 years ago, but
I'm going Big Mike as well. I'm a big Mike fan. I've always loved Mike Evans, and he's made quarterbacks look good his entire career. Going back to college, he made Johnny Manziel a first-round pick. It was him. It was Mike Evans. And I said that coming out. I love Chris Godwin as well, but gosh, Mike Evans has that big play potential. You said it right there. Red zone targets, potential to score touchdowns. And you're right, Dave. Fuck it. He's going to be back there. Tua was king of that last year, too.
100%.
He's going to be back there somewhere.
Can't argue it.
How many times did we see last year Evans be shut down the majority of the game? And then Tom Brady, 80-yard passes. Boom. Mike Evans catches it down the field. He's gone. Evans does it all the time. He's a Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it. Put a damn statue up for this guy. I love this guy. I'm taking Mike Evans just for that. But I don't want either.
Fair. in nine seasons, Evans has finished outside of wide receiver 20 once, and that was in 2015 with Jameis. Godwin's only finished in the top 20 twice in his 6-year career.
There we go. Good stuff right there. All right, next one. This is close to home. Finstock Sports Network. This is going to be maybe an easy one. Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill?
Why did I know you were going to say those too?
Because
you can't take Waddle. As good as Waddle is, you can't take him over Tyreek. I mean, you just can't. I'm sorry.
I know.
That's why. I mean,
this
is a dumb question. Tyreek's a top 5 player, and I think Waddle is a superstar. I do believe that. You can't take him over Tyreek. That's all.
And the problem with that is I 1000% agree with you. It's because of the ADP. You still have to pay a price to get Waddle. He's going 15th overall, 11th. He's going as a wide receiver.
Damn, he's going high as shit too.
Yeah. So if you're gonna get one of these guys in this offense, you might as well spend up on Tyreek.
I don't know. Maybe if I get Cooper Kupp or CMC at 4 or 5, and I can get Waddle in the second round, that'd be nice. But
of course, it would be nice. But we're going player versus player, and I would take Tyreek as well. It's pretty easy.
If both are on the board, you're going Tyreek Hill
every time.
Every time. This one's a little bit different, but I'm curious. David Montgomery.
No, I'll take whoever else it is.
or Ronald Jones. All right, Dave's an idiot.
I'll take Ronald Jones. Fuck it. I'll cut him after a week at least. Y'all will keep David Montgomery, put him in your
or
lineup.
Pierre Strong.
I'll take
Yes.
Pierre Strong.
David Montgomery, which Dave hates, which he's dumb, or or Gibbs.
Really?
Which one?
I'm taking Gibbs 1,000 times out of
Yes,
1,000.
I'm doing same teams, Dave. Follow the
Be
rundown.
better. Be better. Be better. At least give me like Amon Ra versus like Gibbs or something.
Why would you not take Montgomery? We saw what happened last year with Jamal Williams and Swift. We saw that once this coaching staff falls in love with a player, that they use that player. They are okay with getting rid of the best player. They're okay with just saying, you know what, you're talented, but you don't fit our scheme. Now they drafted this guy. They traded up.
They drafted him high.
But they
really
also
high.
signed David Montgomery.
Okay,
They
but he
said-
didn't get us a big contract. Listen,
He didn't get a big
Montgomery
one.
is a blah player. Everybody knows that. I don't want blah players on my team. Jamal Williams was great last year. Good luck replicating that. Could it happen? Sure, it might happen. But I would rather have the guy that might go off every week, and that's Gibbs. And very rarely is going to be Montgomery unless he gets 3 touchdowns. I don't think he's going to be, that great. I think he's a blah player. That's just what he is. He's like, honestly, I just want the upside of Gibbs. That's all.
Yo, what up, Miami Fan Talk Show? So you're not looking at the bigger picture. You've looked at every single ADP, or you've asked about it, except for this one. I'm not taking a rookie in that offense
Go ahead.
under that
That
coaching
offense
staff.
is really good. Do you
Hold on,
understand
hold
that?
No, I know it is. That's why I'm going with the guy who's getting the goal line carries in my eyes, and the guy who's
Okay.
not going to be just phased out of a game because he can't pass block. He can't.
I don't know,
or he
man.
fumbles. David
They had
Montgomery
a
is
thing against Swift. Maybe they just didn't trust Swift. Whatever the issue is, they traded up for give or traded down from where they were at.
David
It's been a
Montgomery
really high
is a proven veteran.
pick. Okay, lots of teams have proven veterans that are just there. And who's going to
Who-
get work because Gibbs isn't an every down back. So that's fine. I'm just telling you, and I will guarantee you're the same way. I guarantee you'll take Gibbs over Montgomery every time. So I think you're just fighting me on this. You want the upside of Gibbs and you know it. Stop fighting me because you want to be an asshole.
I don't want to pay the price of 38 overall for Gibbs.
That's
Like,
that's early fourth. For a guy who could be a top 10 running back, I don't think that's that bad.
I can get Montgomery.
You can get David
84
Montgomery.
overall. 84
At
overall.
where?
84.
8th round?
I'll
Take
take
him.
that.
That's fine. Take him. You're going to get a blah player.
I'll get a player that scores me points and that wins
Maybe.
multiple weeks.
If he doesn't score a touchdown, he's probably going to get you 15 carries
Justin,
for like 64 yards. So good luck with those 6 points.
how do I cover this guy?
No, I'm uncoverable.
Justin,
Let's
finish
hear
it
it.
off,
Let's hear
man.
it, Justin. Let's hear what you got to say about this.
Oh God.
You're a smart guy, I think.
I mean, we're talking about redraft.
He's gonna go Montgomery because he's smart.
Okay.
So
I hope
here's the
I want to
thing.
see y'all come draft day stick to this shit. That's all I'm saying.
The Lions ended their season with Swift and Jamal Williams, Jamal Williams did pretty fine. They let Williams walk. And then they signed David Montgomery to add to that with Swift, and everybody's, what are they doing? They signed David Montgomery. They like David Montgomery. Yeah, they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, but at the same time, you can't pass up the best player on the board. And yeah, they were super excited to get him there too. I see another issue with Swift and Jamal Williams, and who's getting the goal line carries. It's gonna be Gibbs. Not Gibbs, Montgomery. Damn it. Yes.
Well,
I'm
on top of
taking
that,
Montgomery.
And one last thing is we know he can pass pro. He knows he can protect the football. We know he's a professional. He doesn't miss time. He's steady
veteran.
Montgomery. He's steady Montgomery, whereas we don't know. Jahmyr Gibbs is still a bag of tricks. We don't know if yes, the upside's awesome. But do I want
You win leagues with upside. You
Hold
win
on.
leagues with guys like Jahmyr Gibbs.
I know you do,
You
but
don't
I'm
win
not-
leagues with
but
David Montgomery. He's not winning no
okay,
leagues.
okay. Let me ask you. Let's
If
go.
he's your
let's go-
RB3 because you drafted him at 80 whatever
Let's go-
overall, that's
let's-
fine. That's
let's go to the
that's
ADP.
fine.
Let's go to the ADP.
I'm just saying
So you're taking Jahmyr Gibbs going right
he might win
before
you the league.
he's going right before Christian Watson, which I would take Gibbs over Watson. DeAndre Hopkins, you can get so many better
Ooh.
players than Jahmyr
Who?
freaking Gibbs, man.
Ooh, you named the guy that's not even on a team yet, and the guy
I know
that
that-
you already said that you want. So keep naming players. I want to hear him. I want to hear the next group of tier of players that you would take over him.
Next question: Deontay Johnson or George Pickens? I'm
Wow,
not-
this guy.
we're running out of time. We're running out of time. I got a note from the producer. We got to get going. Deontay Johnson or George Pickens? Dave.
Deontay.
Damn. Well, you want the upside? You don't want the upside? I just brought up the fact that this guy gets 150 targets but doesn't do anything with them. Whereas Pickens can at least go deep, be exciting, win you leagues. Deontay's what? 7 catches for 44 yards? That's what you want? You want the
Yep.
Montgomery version?
Yep.
Okay.
What
So
did Pickens do last year? He had also super
What did
one-handed
Jahmyr Gibbs
catch.
do last year? What did Jahmyr Gibbs do last year?
He balled out at Alabama. Watch the
Oh, cool.
highlights.
Cool. Let me go
Okay,
to-
then you want
What
you want to talk about
what
guys in
Alabama
college?
running back hasn't done that though? I'm going Deontay also.
Answer the question. Deontay, both of you? Damn. I'm going Pickens just for the fact that he can score touchdowns. He can get open. He can run fast. And Deontay.
Don't say he's a better route runner because he's not.
Deontay Johnson's a great route runner, but it's funny because I talked about this with Davey, our former host over here. He's like, Deontay must be afraid of contact because he just catches the ball and falls down. How much yards after the catch does this guy ever create? Ever. Go look at his career. Nothing. He just catches the ball, falls down, or catches the ball, runs out of bounds. That's no upside. And he doesn't have any touchdown upside either.
Have you ever heard of Marvin Harrison? Did the exact same thing.
Josh
his
doesn't
entire
understand
career.
greatness.
Okay.
Josh
You're right.
doesn't understand
You're right.
greatness.
Because Kenny Pickett is the next Peyton Manning. I am so sorry, Justin. I am
You're welcome.
so sorry.
Thank you.
I did not know this was coming at
Thank you.
all. You guys are idiots. But that's going to do it for us. Next week, we have regression candidates, players that will regress in our eyes. I have a couple good ones. I'm sure Dave does as well. You know, Dave's is full of all the knowledge over here.
Thank you.
But if you want to hear or read more knowledge, go to our Twitters. Dave's on Twitter at VikingDavid18, of course, spreading all the news and all the
Viking
knowledge.
Dave. 18.
Whatever your name is, whatever.
Get it right.
Whatever's not suspended this week.
Yeah.
At Justin Bowerly and at Josh Kimmel OUS. Follow our Fins Talk Sports Network page at Fins Talk Sports Network. Again, audio listeners, go to our YouTube page, hit us up. Drop us a like and subscribe because we love the interaction. Until next week, guys got any last things to say?
I'm the greatest ever. Adios.
Bobby, play our music.